Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tall Amboy.
And I'm Maddie Volmer. The Las Cruces Police Department is investigating a report of a sexual assault that allegedly happened early Saturday morning.
Students received a campus safety notice of the incident and that there was no continued risk at the time. According to a redacted police report, the incident occurred at a university housing complex on the north side of campus. Police documents also show that the offense is one count of criminal sexual penetration. The investigation is ongoing. You can count on News 22 to bring you the latest updates as soon as we get them. New Mexico State University is continuing a search for a new president, and now the university also needs a new provost.
Early yesterday morning, an unexpected message to the university provost, Alan Shoho, said he's retiring. In the 7 a.m. message, Shoho said he made the decision to retire over the weekend and that Friday, March 22nd, was his last day. Then interim university president Jay Gouge sent a message thanking Soho for his service, announcing engineering college dean Lakshmi Reddy will be interim provost. Dr. Gailing Paseco is shocked by this change and has no further information. This comes on the heels of a decision by the Board of Regents to start a brand new search for the next NMSU president.
5 finalists visited campus during the week of February 26, but the Regents decided none of the candidates was right for NMSU. On March 11, the Regents announced that they are starting a new search. The message also said Jay Gouge will end his service as interim president through the month of June. The Regents will have a special meeting this Thursday, March 28 at 8 in the morning, where they say announcements will be made regarding the interim president, as well as a search for a permanent president.
The next NMSU president will have to deal with something no previous president has encountered, a faculty union. Back on March 8th, members of the union organized a committee and left Las Cruces for a trip to Albuquerque, where the union was officially authorized by the State Labor Board. On November 30th, they announced they had gathered enough signed authorization cards to form the union. They say they're looking forward to working with the administration.
One of the things that we have been suffering from at NMSU is, unfortunately, we've had an incredibly high turnover of upper administration, and so it feels almost as if, you know, every X amount of years we have to start from zero because another administration comes in, they have their ideas and so on and so forth, and then 5 years down the line, 4 years down the line, they're gone.
The NMSU administration issued a statement saying, in part, NMSU recognizes the tremendous importance of our faculty, and we look forward to continuing discussions to propel us forward in the coming years. It was super windy today, especially this week. We have Alcati next with a look at our current conditions.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Yes, absolutely. It is windy and we have a lot to unpack with the weather today. So for our skies, we're mostly sunny and partially cloudy throughout the day. Our temperatures stayed at a nice 55 degrees. Winds coming at you from the west at 14 miles per hour, but will reach gusts up to 32 miles per hour tonight. So make sure you guys are bundled up and moisturized. And so humidity, we are at a 26%, dew point at 21 degrees, and that leaves our barometer at 29.90. Taking a look more into depth at those current conditions, we had a high of 57 and an average of 40 and a low of 37. Taking a look at those record highs, we had a high of 87 in 2022, just 2 years ago, and a low of 26 in 1964. There's no chance of rain for tonight, sadly, but that leaves our yearly rainfall at a 0.73. I'll have your national forecast, but back to the desk for more news.
Thanks, Alcati. If you're unfortunate enough to drive back and forth from El Paso and Las Cruces, you know it's a pain.
Today's News 22's Fabian Bonilla rides along with an NMSU student who battles the traffic and construction almost every day.
Detour signs, one-lane traffic, and cement barriers. Does it look familiar? Yes. There's lots of work on I-10 as the freeway gets closer to the New Mexico state line. It's called the West Widening Project.
Then I have to worry about red lights too, and that sucks.
NMSU student Sergio Ochoa drives from Salem Park to Las Cruces every day. His goal? To arrive to class on time.
The 45-minute drive on the way to school. Then I have to worry about parking and then walking to class.
This is what Sergio sees while driving. One-lane traffic, exits blocked off, and tight areas to drive in.
And then I have to worry about people driving fast and being in the way or causing an accident maybe.
TechStop tells us that the maze of cones and endless construction is needed because the west side continues to grow.
We're adding a lane to I-10 to go from 2 lanes in each direction to 3 lanes in each direction, and we're adding it to the inside.
The project started about 2 years ago, but it's set to go for many more months until it's completed.
It's about a 3.5-year project, and it goes from Mesa Street all the way to Vinton.
I think it's beneficial to take a different route because you'll just end up saving more time and you get to avoid possible accidents and other reckless drivers on the freeway.
He's hoping it'll be finished before he graduates in December. Fabian Bonilla, News 22.
Unemployment rates are going down in New Mexico. The U.S. Department of Labor says that initial filings dropped last week compared to the week prior in the land of enchantment. This has been a trend nationwide as unemployment claims went down 2,000 in the last week. This recurrence of drops in unemployment claims has been a reality for a while now. There are lots of people working in the oil patch in southeast New Mexico. Oil and gas mergers have spiked as companies consolidate assets in the booming region. Corporate mergers and acquisition were valued about $234 billion in 2023, led by ExxonMobil's $64 million purchase of the Permian-focused natural resources and Chevron's $60 billion buyout of the Hess. Those were the largest deals announced in the industry since 2019. Stay tuned. Alcati will be back with your national weather forecast.
Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Tuesday,
where news matters. A severe solar storm is hitting Earth Sunday night and could allow parts of the U.S. to see the northern lights.
According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the northern lights could be seen as far south as northern Illinois and central Iowa. Experts say there is nothing for the public to worry about. The geometric storm could last into Monday. Now, there is no geometric storm here, but there is a bunch of wind.
What can you tell us about that, Alcati?
Thank you so much, Chao and Maddie. Yes, super tremendous winds happening in the north and all of it coming down all the way to the south. So that leaves our lowest temperature in Minnesota at 20 degrees. Isn't that crazy? And then that leaves our highest temp in Florida at 86 degrees in Tampa, Florida. And then taking a look at my next map, you can see all of this infrared winds coming in from the east and down to the south. That's where we're getting all of our wind from, and especially from the north también. And then taking a look at my next map, we'll see more winds coming from the north, hitting from 20 miles per hour to 30 miles per hour, making their way downtown. You already know, and that's where we're experiencing some heavy winds coming to us from to the south. But that's all I have for your national forecast. But later on I'll end the show with your 5-day forecast. Maddie, Tal, back to you. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Alcati Shersa, and let's go ahead and take a look at those local temperatures. Taking a look in Farmington, 43 at 43 degrees. Santa Fe at 39 degrees. Albuquerque at 44. It's still getting pretty cool here in New Mexico. Socorro at 53 degrees. Ruidoso at 34 degrees. Las Cruces at 55. And last but not least, Deming at 56. Taking a look at tomorrow's temps, we got a temperature of 53 like today, and 47 in Santa Fe. Albuquerque 57 degrees. Socorro at 63 degrees. 49 degrees in Ruidoso. Las Cruces will be at 70 degrees tomorrow, and Deming will be at 67 degrees. So taking a look at those neighboring cities, Alamogordo tonight will have a low of 34 degrees with some really, really cold temperatures, so make sure you guys are bundled up. And tomorrow we'll have a high of 64 with sunshine all throughout the day. And then tonight in Truth or Consequences, we'll have a low of 37 degrees with clear conditions, and tomorrow a high of 66 with sunny conditions. Taking a look into Silver City, tonight will be a really, really low 27 with partially clouds tonight, and tomorrow we'll have a high of 56 with a lot of sunshine. And last but not least, tonight in Las Cruces we'll have a low of 38 degrees with partial clouds, and tomorrow a high of 70 with a lot of wind. And that's all I have for your local forecast, but I will end the show with your 5-day forecast. Tal, Maddie, back to you.
And Ben is next with a look at sports.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, the NFL is doing away with the old kickoff. You can toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
Welcome back. I'm Ben Schlittler, and let's talk some sports. NMSU softball is hotter than ever, and it's hosting its biggest rival today. UNM made the trek to Las Cruces to renew a century-old rivalry in a doubleheader. The story of the season is freshman Desiree Spearman, who's taken softball by storm. She won CUSA Pitcher of the Week and is turning heads across college athletics. The team has also won 5 of their last 6. Game 1 is wrapping up now, and Game 2 will start shortly, so you still got time to make it to the NM State softball complex. NMSU baseball has been on a tough road trip, and it'll only get tougher tonight as they head to Southern Arizona to take on the Arizona Wildcats. Both of these teams have had up and down season. Both Arizona and the Aggies are never consistent. NMSU plays a one-off versus the Wildcats before taking on the Titans of Conference USA, number 10 in the nation, Dallas Baptist, this weekend. The Arizona game is currently ongoing. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Alcari will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast.
Let's take a look at our top stories.
The Las Cruces Police Department is investigating a report of a sexual assault that allegedly happened early Saturday morning. New Mexico State University is continuing a search for a new president, and now the university also needs a new provost. And the next NMSU president will also have to deal with something no previous president has encountered, with the staff holding their own union. Now let's go to Alcati for a look at our 5-day forecast.
Thanks, Maddie. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, usually pretty sunny and pretty cloudy throughout the week. For our highs, we're seeing a high of 81 on Thursday and a high of 82 on Friday. For our lows, we're seeing 40 on tomorrow and 49 on Sunday. So yeah, it's just pretty steady throughout the week. But yes, we're still getting kind of warmer. But yes, that's all I have for your 5-day forecast. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Alcati, and that's all for News 22 Tuesday. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight.
Tune in tomorrow night as we have News 22 Wednesday. I'm Tal Lamboy.
And I'm Maddie Volmer, and from the whole News 22 team, Tal, Ben, Alcati, and myself, good night.
This news brief in Español is brought to you by Noticias 22, Spanish language news for southern New Mexico and West Texas. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Gustavo Escobar y bienvenidos a Noticias 22. El Departamento de la Policía de Las Cruces está investigando un informe de agresión sexual que supuestamente ocurrió el sábado por la mañana. Según el informe policial, el incidente ocurrió cerca de un complejo de departamentos universitarios al lado del norte del campus. Los documentos policiales muestran que el delito es un cargo de agresión sexual. La investigación aún está en transcurso. Estudiantes y empleados recibieron un aviso de seguridad el sábado por la tarde. La Universidad Estatal de Nuevo México continúa en búsqueda del nuevo presidente y ahora la universidad también está en búsqueda de un nuevo rector. Ayer por la mañana, en un mensaje inesperado, el rector Alan Sojo dijo que se jubilaba. El mensaje Sojo dijo que había decidido jubilarse y que este pasado viernes era su último día. No dio ninguna razón para la repentina decisión. El presidente interino de la Universidad, Jay Gush, anunció que la decana de la Facultad de Ingeniería, Lakshmi Reed, sería el rector interino. Esto viene luego de la decisión de la Junta de Regentes de iniciar una nueva búsqueda del próximo presidente por la Universidad Estatal de Nuevo México. 5 finalistas visitaron la universidad durante la semana del 26 de febrero, pero en fin los regentes decidieron que ninguno de los 2 candidatos fueron adecuados para la universidad. El pasado 11 de marzo los regentes anunciaron que iniciarán una nueva búsqueda. También se anunció que Jay Gush terminará su servicio como presidente interino durante el mes de junio. Esto es todo por hoy y gracias por acompañarnos y muy buenas noches.